episode of Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox Central on Chicago Baseball Central as well, if you want to call it that. I'm your host, Big Bro. We had two games today. The Cubs and the White Sox are continuing versus the Seattle Mariners and the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Minnesota Twins. We're going to talk about both games. We got good news and bad news right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for all Chicago baseball. Let's start the show.
So we had the Cubs and the White Sox going to battle today. Let me fix my microphone. And we'll start with the Cubs. They took care of business versus the Mariners. These guys, the Cubs went down. They were down bad. They were down real bad. They were down 7-0, if I'm not mistaken. But then they put up 8 runs in the third inning to blow the game open. And then they tacked on 5 more runs to end up winning the game 14-9. Like, these guys went crazy. Velasquez hit the grand slam to basically blow the game open, and Seattle didn't have anything left after going up pretty big. They scored a run here and a run there. I think 2 more runs after they were up 7-0. Ended up being 14-9. So shout out to the Cubs, man. They listen. The Cubs are a much better team than people give them credit for, and or at least coming into the season, especially White Sox fans who like to troll. But the moves that they made, Swanson again with 4 for 4 from at bat, and he had a run scored, 2 RBIs. You had Nico Horner, who's doing better than I thought he would do this season, 2 for 4 with 3 runs scored, 2 RBIs. Madrigal, again, a hero last night, 1 for 1. Had 1 for 5. Mancini 2 for 5 with runs, 3 RBIs. Chase Bellinger did his thing with 2 for 5, 2 runs scored. Patrick Wisdom with run scored, and then Eric Hosmer with 1 for 4, 2 runs and an RBI. And then Gomes with 2 for 5, 1 run scored and an RBI. Cubs put up double digits, and then of course the hero of the night, 3 for 4, 3 runs scored, and then 4 RBIs with the grand slam, 1 home run. Velasquez took care of business to put the Cubs up and put them up for good. In fact, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's take a look.
In the air, left field, and the Cubs lead.
That's Nelson Velasquez with the grand slam, knocking that thing out of there. That's his first career grand slam for the for anybody and for the Cubs. And the Cubs take care of business tonight over the Mariners. It didn't look good to start. It did not look good to start, but the Cubs were able to overcome shaky pitching to start the game and take the lead to win the game. So we're going to talk about the White Sox. White Sox lose to the Minnesota Twins 4-3 in the bottom of the 10th inning. It wasn't a bad game for the White Sox. They started the game hot, scored 2 runs in the top of the first inning. They had an opportunity to score more and just didn't do so. But then the bats went quiet. I believe the starting pitcher, Pablo, went ahead and retired the next 21, 22 straight batters before the White Sox did anything in the top of the 9th inning. With Luis Robert hit a home run to tie it and force extra innings, but Minnesota was able to get it done. So y'all already know, man, it's been a long day. We're going to keep this one short, but I will show you guys the Luis Robert home run.
Robert in the air, left center field. Larnach back at the wall. It is gone. We are tied. That'll give you some idea just how strong Luis Robert Jr. is, because he didn't appear to get all of that.
So Luis Robert Jr. with his 5th home run of the season, 400 feet, muscles that joint right over center field wall again, as usual. Luis Robert just showing this season that he's come to play, but it wasn't enough for the White Sox to get the victory. So we're going to see tomorrow if the Cubs can go for a sweep. Again, they got another opportunity. I believe this is just a 3-game series. If not, they're trying to get 3 wins in a row over Seattle. And then the White Sox are trying to get at least a series win over Minnesota. All right, so we're going to wrap it up right here. I'm your host, Big Bro. Of course, don't forget to follow all our other Central channels, NBA Central, Chicago Bears Central, Chicago Bulls Central, as well as Shy Bulls podcast with the Cognac Boys. And yeah, man, in Chicago Sky Central. If y'all missed the WNBA draft or any coverage on that, make sure y'all check that out as well. I'm your host, Big Bro, over here on Chicago Cubs and Chicago White Sox Central. I'm going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.
Welcome to the #1 place for all Chicago baseball.